Hey everyone, Week Reviews here. I know you all probably all excited about the Survivor winner last night, and I bet you're even more excited for Survivor 35. At the reunion show, we were informed that season 35 will be called Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers. And as per tradition, I usually do my cast assessment of the whole cast. I pretty much based off of I usually get a feel for the castaways. I usually can look at their picture and know like if I'll like that person or not, or if I know they'll do good on the show. And I also read their bios and think how well they'll do on the game in the game, but based on their bios. And yes, I'll do my cast assessment, and I'll probably post a separate video about who my picks are, because I've already feel very confident about my picks for this season. So let's get started. So this is in no particular order whatsoever. The first one is Rourke Luskin. She's a grad student. She's worked in fashion retail, and she has appeared on the podcast hosted by Corinne Kaplan and Max Dawson, and I think that's fascinating. So, from what I got from Rourke, obviously she must be a huge Survivor fan if she's appeared on that podcast, and she must know a lot about the game. So I feel like she'll be very knowledgeable in the game, but sometimes that could be people's downfall. So I feel like Rourke will be a post-merge boot. Allie Elliott, she's a personal assistant to YouTube personality Glozell Green. I think I had that right. She's played soccer. She graduated with a degree in radio and television and volunteers for the Boys and Girls Club, and she has her own YouTube channel. I definitely feel like Allie's going to be one of the fan favorites this season. I don't know. The last YouTube personality we had on was Mari and Millennials vs. Gen X, and she was just annoying and a bit self-entitled in my opinion. I'm not saying Allie will be that way, but I feel like she'll be a fan favorite, but I also think she'll be an early boot, so I definitely think Allie will be a pre-merge boot. There's Simone Naiguin. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. She is a program associate, and she's a ballroom dance. She enjoys ballroom dancing, classical music, and modern literature. And she studied English and comparative lit and Eastern Asian languages and culture. So I feel like Simone will be. I feel like she'll be very quiet on the season. I definitely think she'll be one of the background characters. Like we won't like she won't get that much of an edit. And for that reason, I feel like Simone will be a pre-merge boot. Devin Pinto is a brand ambassador. Graduated in business administration. Has interned at Market Capital Management and bartended for 2 years, and listened to licensed realtor. He's outdoorsman, enjoys surfing and traveling. I definitely think Devin's going to be another fan favorite. I definitely feel like Devin, being outdoorsy, he'll be able to adapt on the island very well. And he enjoys surfing, and usually the long-haired surfers are usually the fan favorites, like Ozzy, Joe, and Jay. And I was very wrong about Jay and the Millennials versus Gen X season, so I am going to give Devin the benefit of the doubt. This time, I definitely think Devin will make it far, and he's actually one of my picks to win this season, so I definitely think if he doesn't win, I definitely think he'll be a post-merge boot. There's Lauren Rimmer, and I didn't find a bio on her. From my vibe I got just from her, just trying to find out as much info as I can. I feel like she won't fit in well on her tribe, and I feel like she'll be a pre-merge boot. Patrick Bolton, he runs a moving company, and it actually is definitely grown from small to, a big moving company. He also runs his own YouTube channel, and he's graduated with a degree in health services and administration. So Patrick's very health conscious, and he also, like I said, runs his own YouTube channel. I'm getting this vibe from Patrick that he might be this season's villain. I have no idea why. That's just a gut feeling that he's going to be a villain this season. With Patrick, I feel like he'll kind of get under people's skin, but he'll also, I think he'll make people afraid to make a move to vote him out. So I feel like Patrick's going to be a post-merge boot. Ryan Ulrich, I couldn't find a bio about him, but he was in the preview we saw last night, and from what I got from him, he seems kind of like the underdog this season, and the underdogs have been doing very well on Survivor. He kind of seems like a little bit like Cochran's personality. I definitely feel like Ryan will be able to, I feel like he'll be able to mix with people well, and he'll be able to make alliances and kind of fly under the radar for a little bit. Ryan, I definitely think will go far. I think he will definitely be a post-merge boot. With Ben, he's a former Marine, and from what he said in the trailer last night, he says, like, being a hero, well, not necessarily being a hero, I guess being a hero and a Marine is doing the job, not looking for praise. But I feel like Ben's not going to, I feel like he's going to be too bossy to the other contestants. So I feel like he's going to be a pre-merge boot. John Paul Hilsebeck, he is a firefighter, and I feel like he'll be very good in the challenges. Him being a firefighter, he has to have tremendous strength. I feel like, I'm not too sure about him. I definitely feel like with him, he'll either be the last pre-merge or he'll be the first merge boot. Just because when people are really strong in challenges, first off, they want to keep them on as long as possible so their team can win. But once the merge comes, they don't want them to go too far because they don't want them to keep winning immunity challenges. Alan Ball apparently is a professional football player, and I feel like he's going to do how professional athletes on the show have done in the past. He's going to be good in challenges, but I feel like people are going to be intimidated by him right off the bat, and they're not going to want him to get too far. So I feel like Alan's going to be a pre-merge boot. Ashley Nolan is a lifeguard captain and provides safe swimming and beach protection. She fractured her ACL when she played in a football league. I feel like Ashley's going to be a strong competitor, and I feel like she's going to do great in challenges. I definitely feel like she's one tough cookie and is not going to, and I feel like she's going to be able to read people very well. So I feel like Ashley's going to go far in the game. So I feel like she's going to be a post-merge boot. And she's also one of my picks to win. Chrissy Hoffbeck. I feel like she's going to take on the motherly role this season. Usually, like, every season there's one person who's, like, the older contestant who, is kind of like the mother figure to the tribe mates. But I don't see her going too far, so I feel like she's going to be a pre-merge boot. Katrina Gary, works as a sports psychologist, therapist, and professor, and she's also a former U.S. Olympian at national swim team, and she suffered from chronic fatigue syndrome as a child. Now, I definitely think with her being an Olympian and on the swim team, she's going to do really well on those swimming challenges, so I definitely feel like she's going to be kept around longer, and I definitely feel like with her being a therapist, she can kind of manipulate people, and she could kind of read how people are feeling. So I definitely think Katrina will be a post-merge boot. Jessica Johnston is a nurse practitioner in neurology, a certified personal trainer, and offers online and personal training sessions. So I definitely feel like Jessica is, very health conscious. I feel like Jessica will be very popular around camp, and I definitely feel like she'll get along with everybody. She'll be like one of those types that, doesn't have any enemies and will just get along with everybody. So I feel like Jessica will be a post-merge boot. Desi Williams was Miss Virginia 2013 and Miss Virginia USA 2016. Was Miss Hampton University, and she's a physical therapist and licensed yoga instructor. Just from her bio, with her being in pageants a lot, I feel like she might be a little self-entitled and bratty. She may not be. That's just what I'm getting from her bio. So I definitely feel like she'll be the sassy one on the season and the one that gets on everybody's nerves. There's always that one person that always has a negative attitude and gets on everybody's nerves, and you just want to get them off as soon as possible. So I feel like Desi is going to be a pre-merge boot. Cole Metters works for a wilderness program that is like an addiction therapy program, and works as a guide. He basically works as a guide and mentor to the young people and the families in the program. And he studied environmental science and completed a semester at the National Outdoor Leadership School and learned rock climbing, rafting, and is a field rep for a clothing company in spare time. So again, I feel like Cole is going to adapt to the environments on Survivor really well. And I feel like with him being a mentor in a program like that, I feel like he'll be able to relate to people well. And I feel like he'll have a really good social game. Like he'll be able to get along with people from all walks of life. So I definitely feel like Cole will definitely go far. And I definitely see him making the final three. So if he does not win, I definitely see him being a post-merge boot. Mike Zalahansky is he's a doctor. He didn't have a bio yet, but he was in the trailer last night. So he basically said he's coming in the game with his surgical expertise, and he kind of seemed like he might be a know-it-all this season. Like he's a little he'd be a little bit full of himself. So I feel like Mike will come off as annoying to some people, and I feel like Mike will be a pre-merge boot. Joe Mann is a complete mystery. I didn't get a bio from him, and he was not in the the trailer or the preview from last night. So I really don't have much of a perception on him, so I'm gonna say he's a pre-merge boot. So that's basically my cast assessment so far. I'm gonna make a separate video talking about my picks for the season and why I see them winning. I'm definitely good at picking Survivor winners, so I hope you guys enjoyed my next video. I hope you guys enjoyed my cast assessment. Feel free to comment down below your thoughts and where you think the cast will be placed this season, and what are your thoughts about the new cast and the new season of Survivor. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Feel free to comment down below, and until next time, stay regal.